This is going to be controversial, but being a Niqabi means that we're just normal people. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Power Voice Academy's channel. I really don't know what to call this, so we're gonna go with that for now. It's really great to have you back, where I'm really here to talk about conversations that are not had enough and conversations that are real. And this is one that I also, as with a lot of my content I'm trying to do, am asked a lot about in DMs. How do you stay firm wearing niqab? Why do you wear niqab? What is it like to be on social media as a niqabi? So let's delve in. I'm gonna bring you into the truth and the reality, because I don't sugarcoat and I'm not here to try to impress or follow any trends. I'm just here to have real, raw, honest conversations as a niqabi navigating a really difficult world in social media where every single thing of success looks nothing like this. So I have been getting a lot of hate on social media recently, and I want to make sure that for those of us who do receive this kind of ignorance and hate, which you can see coming up now, I'll share with you, that it doesn't be something that stops us in our tracks, that we have these conversations and keep empowering each other, because we don't need to let them fear us into silence. So let's talk about why I wear niqab. I interrupt this video to let you know that my 5-day free training, yes, I said free training, is back. How to be a fearless speaker. Last time we did it, the results were insane. We had women signing multiple high-ticket clients, going viral, knowing how to step into their confidence. And this time we are back bigger and better. This July, the 22nd to the 27th, that's 2024, so it's just in a few weeks time, we are holding the 5-day free training. So make sure you head over to www.powerofvoiceacademy.com/free training and save your seat. It will be online. Last year we had over 1,000 women from all over the world, and we expect the same. The sisterhood is insane. The networking opportunities, you can create friendships for life. Women have created incredible opportunities together through this training. I am going to be sharing with you so many transformational skills to be a powerful communicator. Whether you've been on a million stages or never been on a stage before or never want to go on a stage, these communication skills and speaking skills will change your life. So sisters, head over to the link and make sure that I see you there. Can't wait, inshallah. My journey with niqab has been a really long one, actually. I became a niqabi really soon into my journey as a new Muslim. I became Muslim in 2007 when I was 19. And if you know my story, you already know I was really known in the industry that I was in. And I didn't want to be known anymore. Islam taught me that I didn't need to get validation through exterior means. I just wanted to be away from that lifestyle. I needed to be away. Allah knows I needed to be away, because the lifestyle that I was in and Islam couldn't be more opposite. And it's fitna. Let's be honest. I loved the lifestyle I was in. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I hate it. It's disgusting. It isn't, it's not the right way to live, but obviously my desires and my loved, I was in the music industry. That is exactly what I enjoyed, and it couldn't work for me as a Muslim. I needed to stop and leave it. And for me, I think embracing the niqab was a way for me to remove myself and just become invisible for a little bit, which I really needed. I fell in love with the niqab through the women I met that wore niqab. I was so shocked. I went to a masjid, I went to a halaqah, and I was told there's loads of niqabis there. They're going to come with their haram stick. Stay away, sister. That's what I was told. And I did go anyway. And I couldn't believe how beautiful, funny, smart, kind these sisters were. They made me feel so at home. And I was like, wow, like, what you're doing is for Allah. What you're wearing is really just trying to strive. And I always say this, but please know, I do not think I'm better than someone that doesn't wear niqab. My dress and attire does not make up for anything or make me pious. It is just a choice that I choose, insert word again, I choose to wear, right? But it comes with pros and it comes with cons. Being online, which is the main thing that I'm asked about, I think the pro for me is it protects my modesty. I really struggled to go online at first. I don't know if you know this. Have I spoken about this with you before? But my first business was called Homeschool Queens with another sister, and we started up in that scarcity of being single mums, needing to create a business. And we started Homeschool Queens because we were both homeschooling mums. Bearing in mind, obviously, my expertise and my life was in speaking and speaking training, but I didn't know how to do that as a Muslim woman. It's another story for another day, but I didn't think about that at first as an option. So the first time we went online, we were going on a live, and it was because we wanted to have a conversation. We had a brilliant audience of over 10,000 really quickly within a few months. It was thriving, and there were so many conversations that we needed to have, and it wasn't enough on Instagram or even on YouTube. Love YouTube, but you want to have that actual real connection where you can interact with people. So we did a live, and I was shaking. I hadn't been on camera or anywhere in the public eye for maybe 12, 13, even 15 years. It'd been a long time, been a minute. So the first time I went live, I covered the screen, and I literally took everything within my entire self to remove my hand. And I'm wearing Niqab, but I just felt so uncomfortable. It's really different, something I've learned. Showing up on stages before I was Muslim. Do I expose this? I mean, I would need to take a shot of tequila or something to be able to have the confidence to show up unapologetically me, apparently. As a Muslim, alhamdulillah, we do not have or want this option for the sake of Allah. So I have to show up unapologetically me without the disguise of alcohol or something like that to give you a boost of confidence. This is me. And it feels vulnerable and it feels scary. So showing up as a Niqabi online, even though being in the public eye was part of all I'd ever known before, is a whole different kettle of fish. And I think something that we really need to be careful of is if we are going to show up on social media, which I think is so important. Social media is our biggest blessing as entrepreneurs or as experts or trying to build something, trying to influence, impact. Why? Because we have a world beneath our fingertips, pressing a button. You have an audience to be able to connect with, to be able to scale with in a way that they never had back in the days. It's amazing. It's social marketing to me above social media. But the way that social media is designed is to enslave us. It is so addictive. The way that they put trends out, or the algorithms, and the way that it is designed is to keep you consumed. You do the work, you help them profit and grow. So for us, it's so important as Muslims, Niqabi or not, that we always try to do it with Allah first in mind. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I find myself coming on, this is real talk, I find myself coming on to schedule my posts or whatever, and then I'm just scrolling and an hour's gone and I had so many things to do and I'm supposed to be working, and that's not work. That doesn't count. So it is really easy to get really distracted. It's really easy to get caught up in these different, you like to call them gurus. It's really easy to get caught up in all these different ways that people tell you to be. They worship social media. I said it. Many people worship social media. If they don't have deen, they don't have Islam, they don't have Allah, they're worshipping social media. You're always going to be worshipping something. Allah tells us that. Our natural fitrah is to worship something. Some people worship money, some people worship drugs, fame. Alhamdulillah, for us, bi'idhnillah, we worship Allah. So we have to remember that this system, this entire system to build you to success is built around other than Islam. So it's a battle, and one that I have to make sure that I'm around like-minded people that share the same goals as me, to make sure that I am really keeping myself to account before we're taken to account. So being a social media shower-upper, it's great. Share your value. We're here to share value. The more value you share, the more lives you can impact. But always remember to do it your way, in your time, in your pace, and not be trapped by those who literally worship social media. So I said I love the niqab, and I chose to wear the niqab, the word again, chose, doesn't mean that I always find it easy and that I'm just like ready to show up in it. The reality is that it's a constant battle. It is a constant battle. Some days I'm just like, yes, I'm really happy to put on my jilbab and niqab. And some days, especially when I'm at events where everybody else looks incredible and I'm like, am I really going to wear this? I remember I went to a in-person networking event, right? It's one thing on the camera. I'd only really been doing that. I started up at the networking event. One of my first networking events I went to was very prestigious, a lot of really well-to-do people. And I remember going and literally feeling like a fish out of water. I know that I'm an expert in my field, alhamdulillah. I know that I'm more than qualified at what I do. I know that if I was wearing something else, I look like I am a public speaking trainer. But obviously being in a room, in a very beautiful hotel, there is absolutely gorgeous marble floor, chandeliers, everybody is dressed to impress. And I'm walking in my niqab and jilbab. And obviously, even if it's a Muslim networking event, by the way, obviously, it's not easy. I know why I wear it, but it's not easy. And I've had to come to terms with just getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think that goes to show with whatever it is that you do wear. There's always going to be parts. I have a sister that I've trained that she doesn't like her voice. I've got a sister that I've trained that she really doesn't believe that she has a story to share. Wow, she has a story to share. Do I hide? Do we hide? Do you hide? Because what happens when we hide? What happens when we hold back and just feel like what it is that we're not doing the same as everybody else makes us need to hide? Because are you willing to spend the rest of your life apologizing for a choice you made, or the way you look, or the way you dress? Are you willing to hide away and not show up in full height, cowering over under shadows, under rocks? Because I'm not okay to not show up in my skills and my talent because I'm a Niqabi, and that's not what the world expects to see as a public speaking trainer on social media. And the brilliance is that one of my beautiful clients, hey Sophia, she sent me a beautiful message, and she sent me a letter actually, and she said, I remember when I first met you and I was like, who's this Niqabi? And I had no idea the impact you'd make in my life, and I've been able to get onto dream platforms, one of my TEDx speakers, tabarakallah. And that's it. That is just one example that when I show up in confidence and I show up confidently, it changes perspectives on what it means to be a Niqabi. When you show up confidently, it changes perspectives on whatever you're insecure about. People value connection and they value value. They value you being confident enough to show up on social media or even in person and be the best version of yourself, not cowering away, but towering tall. Because that is when people don't see all those insecurities. My niqab is a veil, it's not a wall. And when I can show up confidently, that wall that they already had because of misconceptions or ones I would have had those misconceptions. I can't judge people because I would have had them too. Should a Niqabi have shown up at an event that I'm not expecting anyone to dress like that at? Let's be honest. Should a Niqabi show up on my screen when I'm scrolling trying to say, here are the 3 tips about public speaking? I'm like, what? I would have had those misconceptions. It's fine. It's okay. The only thing we can do is educate people and share value in the most confident way that we can. And then it doesn't matter. So for me, niqab is my strength. It's something that I absolutely love, and it gives me confidence. I'm okay. I am okay with being the niqabi in the room. I'm okay with it, because guess what? If you're not okay with it, I don't need you in my life. It's all right. This video is not to try to tell people to wear niqab. If you know me, you know that's not me. It's just to get through these misconceptions and this idea that if you're a niqabi, if you look a certain way, if you're not fitting the stereotype, that you better not show up. We're here to defy that. Use your voice and it will break barriers. When you speak up, you are able to connect with people on a human level. That's what storytelling does. When you share your stories, they no longer see the wall, they see you for exactly who you are. So alhamdulillah for being a niqabi, alhamdulillah for being on social media. Social media, I love it and I hate it. As long as we use the good for it, I think inshallah we can win. It's a way to share value, it's a way to connect. So let me see your videos on social media. Keep showing up. And inshallah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and send me a message and let me know what you want to see next. What are you interested in? Are you a niqabi? What are your thoughts on being a niqabi on social media? Is it a yes or a no? Can't wait to meet you in the comments, and keep speaking, keep inspiring, keep speaking up and using your voice to change the narrative, to speak for those who otherwise wouldn't have no idea what you're capable of because of preconceptions and misconceptions. Take my TEDx. The man I did TEDx with said, I have never had a conversation with a Muslim woman before. Here I am in niqab, having a conversation, connecting on the biggest platform for speakers in the world. Whatever you're insecure about, it doesn't need to be a barrier unless you make it a barrier. Until next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That when I show up in confidence and I show up confidently, it changes perspectives on what it means to be a niqabi. When you show up confidently, it changes perspectives on whatever you're insecure about. People value connection and they value value. They value you being confident enough to show up on social media or even in person and be the best version of yourself, not powering away, but towering tall. Because that is when people don't see all those insecurities. My niqab is a veil. It's not a wall.